Lunch is a writer, filmmaker, actor, musician. She's recorded with the likes of Nick Cave and Henry Rollins. And she's also a confrontationalist. She's touring Australia with her music and spoken word show. To find out what a confrontationalist is, please welcome Lydia Lunch. Okay, so what's a confrontationalist?
Confrontationalist.
Yes, what is it?
Well, it's basically someone who wants to address the issues that other people would rather not talk about in public.
For example?
Like their personal history of abuse, familial dysfunction, sexual obsession, the American way of life, death.
The normal fare of late-night chat shows.
Not until now.
Not until now. Okay, let's start with the first one. Sexual abuse in childhood.
Are you familiar with this?
No, it didn't happen to me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why? Is it a good thing to happen?
I think it can make good things come from it, yeah. Because it really makes you examine not only yourself, but the way that the entire power structure is based on abuse. I mean, the family is a microcosm of a fascist society. We start there.
Who is the Hitler figure?
Father, the father of our country, God the Father. Should I go on?
Why must the father always be the leading fascist in the family
I don't
unit?
understand why he is. I don't know. I guess there's just too many fathers out there. And that's the first problem, and that's an issue I like to address right now.
Okay, now before we do that, before we do that, let's go back.
Are you a breeder?
Am I a breeder? I have bred, yes. Should I not have bred?
I won't breed. No, I think it's absolutely...
You've confronted already. You were abused as a child, if I can just
I think most people were abused as children.
No, there is abuse and there is abuse.
Absolutely, and that's what we...
Well, what sort of abuse are we talking about? Were you sexually abused?
I was sexually abused, abused by religion, and abused by the power structure.
You were sexually abused by your father?
Absolutely.
And so what view does this give you of the world?
Well, I think it gives me a rational view, because I had to examine that kind of power structure and how it relates to the entire political situation as a worldwide patriarchy. We are all being abused by the fathers, whether they're in a political position, a bureaucratic position, public television. We are all being abused by the father, whatever format that takes. Men run the world, they rape the world, and they are ruining the world.
So
take your responsibility and do something with it. It's your duty, your generation's duty, to turn that around, men. Yeah, but you know, you can wipe the smiles off your faces because it's not funny. You can laugh because you think it's a joke, but you're all guilty of it.
Guilty of what?
Guilty of carrying on in the tradition of the family, which is a position and situation of abuse, basically.
Hang on. So do you find it odious that I, the man, am interviewing, I'm hosting a show where you, the woman, are the guest? Is that a problem?
Not until I take over your job, I guess.
So it is a problem?
Well, I don't think it is a problem, because it doesn't matter what your job is. I'm still going to carry on and do my job independently and tenaciously as possible, no matter what your job is.
I'm just trying to define what the problem of the patriarchy is. You have said
the problem of the patriarchy is this, is that it runs the entire world. The world is run by bureaucrats and corporations, which are run by men, which has been raping the entire planet for thousands of years. That's the problem.
Okay.
It's simple.
Okay. So you would like to see an army of women with Uzis.
That's your quote.
No, that's your quote. I'm quoting you back.
Where did you read that?
In Angry Women, the research book. You said you'd like to see an army of women with Uzis go into the White House and kill off half the political population.
Absolutely, and why stop at the White House? Because then we'd have to get every corporation and business. Basically, we could start in America, because I'm all for that. I know we're a big part of the world problem, the world situation. I know that America is completely responsible for that. America is becoming a third world country because of the way we treat the third world. These are issues I have to deal with as a performance artist.
So hang on. On one level it's the patriarchy, which is the problem, but on the other level it's America. But America is made up of men and women.
Absolutely, but men are still the ones in the positions of power which control the money. 80% of the money is controlled by 1% of the population, and that's the male population.
Why do women let this be so?
Women had no choice since the Bronze Age, when originally they were mining gold and silver for jewelry, art, and pottery, and that was turned into weapons.
Why have women had no choice? We're all supposedly free individuals. individuals. Why do women have no choice?
Well, they do have a choice. I'm here to promote that choice and alternatives.
But
and
why has it taken 8,000 years of civilization?
Well, because men own all the weapons, and that's also something that's got to turn around, and that's why I promote women get your guns. I know. In this country, even the cops, do they have guns?
The cops have guns,
oh,
yes.
finally they have guns.
They only shoot people without guns.
But
so
we did originally start this country as a penal colony, so there's got to be some imbalance.
Now, there are so many interesting things you're saying here. You're coming from the country with the highest incidence of gun-related deaths.
Absolutely, 10,000 last year alone. I think you had 10.
And you're saying to 51% of the population, get your guns.
Absolutely, and that's because women only commit 13% of the violent crime, and that's what's got to turn around. No, I don't want to have to be forced. I don't want to have to be forced to live among the other 87% who are committing all the crimes unarmed.
So you want to be armed to do what?
I want to be armed for one reason, and that's to protect and defend myself in my own home. I'm not promoting the fact that everyone should carry a gun and walk down the street and blow anyone's brains out that they want to, although that is already happening.
But women should burst into the White House with Uzis.
We could start there. Because in America, if you know anything about our history, we have solved every single political issue with violence.
Everyone?
Just about.
Richard Nixon wasn't violent.
Well, that's because I didn't have a gun in those days.
Oh, I see, right. So you would have given him...
No, I wouldn't waste my bullets.
You wouldn't waste your bullets?
Absolutely
well, there's no point
not.
now, he's dead too.
Well, no. There really isn't.
It's true.
The issue with guns in America is this, is that so many criminals already have guns, that unless the average person, especially the average woman, can feel safe in her own home from intrusion, you can't steal my nights from me. Under the patriarchy, women's pleasure has already been stolen, and it's taken us a long time to get that pleasure back. You're not going to steal my sleep. That's where the issue of readdressing the imbalance of who has the guns has got to come in, because America's already over the edge. It's over the top. There's no choice. Gun control means nothing. Gun control to me is learning how to fire a gun correctly at the right target.
You're very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
So are you, and the pleasure is just absolutely indescribable.
I'm glad you think that. Now, you're performing around Australia.
You have a bug on your face. He's gone.
Oh, my God. My perfect visage ruined. Got him. You're performing around Australia?
Yes, for now.
Yeah, and this is the sort of thing you're doing, confrontational?
Well, no, I'm telling stories here, and I'm also performing with Roland S. Howard in our band Shotgun Wedding. That's not very confrontational. It's actually beautiful, obsessive songs of dark romance. Blood? Did I hear blood?
It's a shame. You should stir up more people like this. Keep your eyes...
Well, they seem rather riled, I think.
They're riled, but in a good way.
And, you know, I don't really have a personal problem with men. It's men in positions of power, and the imbalance of that's got to be readdressed, and that's where my confrontation comes in. I have no beef with men. I love men, especially men with beef. Okay. Hey, it's been a real pleasure.
Yes. Please thank Lydia Lunch.